Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And guess what we got up next for you? You guessed it, the one and only Bitcoin. We're gonna be talking about Bitcoin today, just really briefly about what's going on, because it's really some exciting stuff. And on this channel, we don't just talk about our gaming reactions, but we talk about tech, and Bitcoin's tech. So we're gonna talk about it. So without further ado, here we go. It says the SEC is set to allow Bitcoin future ETFs to begin trading. Here's what investors should know. This is exciting. And I say this is exciting because there's rumors going around that it's going to be as early as Monday. That is crazy. Monday is going to be super exciting. And it's crazy because I feel like I'm a kid waiting for either Santa Claus on Christmas Eve. This feels like a Christmas Eve type of thing. Or it feels like it feels like me being a little kid and having my clothes out to get ready for that first day of school, and I cannot wait. And this is supposed to be a massive victory for the cryptocurrency industry, because this is going to be the first ever U.S. Bitcoin futures exchange traded funds, which again is supposed to start next week. That's what sources are saying, but it's just. It's been a long time coming because this bull run feels so different. And I'm going to tell you, like, it feels so different. It's just like, it feels different, but it feels the same because this feels exactly like 2017. And just a quick brief of my past, I'm an early investor in digital assets. I guess you can say I'm early because I've been in for some years, since 2017. I actually was in before the great bull run of 2017. I've seen many, different prices, and I remember how it made me feel. And this is exactly how I'm feeling. I'm like, it feels good, but then when we thought the Bitcoin futures that came out that were cash settled, what was it? I think it was like, what was it? October, November, December. It was one of those months. We felt like that it was just going to take, boom, it was just going to take Bitcoin and other digital assets to the moon, which, I mean, technically it did. But then we immediately crashed back down to, what was it, 3,500. But it's just one of those things, we're happy that we got our foot in the door and we can peek around the house. But we can't actually walk all the way in and make ourselves at home. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where the glass is half empty or half full. But anyways, it says here, the price of the ETF won't be pegged to Bitcoin. And that really stands out to me because me being an investor, and I know what Bitcoin is, why would I want to invest money into a digital asset that actually is doing what it's doing? Bitcoin is that's what it is. Bitcoin is Bitcoining, but this ETF that's the SEC has no objection to it, just gonna let it happen, is different because it says this is important because they want people to understand that investing in a futures-based Bitcoin ETF is not a direct investment. And I know millionaires and I know how they talk, and I eventually want to be a millionaire one day. And I'm just thinking to myself, if I'm not invested in Bitcoin, why am I doing it? But I understand that this is how some people that aren't millennials or past the millennial generation, they may want to invest in it, but don't know how to do it or where to do it, actually trust themselves with their money. So they want to have the exposure without having the exposure, which, I mean, I'm scratching my head with that because in order to get exposure of Bitcoin, you need to have Bitcoin, nothing else. But like I said, this is a catch-22. I'm excited to see what it's going to bring. Is it going to bring good presents, or is it going to bring coal for Christmas? Or is it or somebody going to step on my new shoes that first day of school? Or is it going to be, a perfect day? We don't know. This could actually potentially set the second leg of the bull run and actually confirm it. People are saying it's going to be about 100K top. Me personally, I don't know. I'm just here for the ride, but I'm loving it. I've been in this space since 2017, and it's amazing. But also, this article also goes off and says a futures-based ETF tracks futures contracts rather than the price of an asset. As a result, a futures-based Bitcoin ETF would track Bitcoin futures contracts, not the price of Bitcoin itself. Therefore, the price of the ETF will not match the price of Bitcoin. And that stands out to me, but it's just one of those things. It's just like, we're knocking at the door, but it's just, and then it also goes off by saying there will be additional costs attached, but it's just like, at that time, why don't you just go ahead and just look into Bitcoin itself, because I just don't want to be that middleman. I don't want the middleman. And for what my followers and my subscribers, you may know what it is and you may not. But Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer electronic system, a new type of technology. Well, I mean, it's been out for some time now, that allows you and myself to transact with each other without a middleman. I can send you Bitcoin, and you can send me Bitcoin, without having to worry about a middleman, aka the banks, to allow us to do transactions between one another. So that is kind of like that's like what a Cash App is. It's a peer-to-peer system. PayPal, peer-to-peer system. Venmo's peer-to-peer system. That's all it is. And this other article is talking about SEC approves Bitcoin futures ETF which is opening up the crypto wider investor base. This could be good. It could be, but I just wish it was settled in the actual native currency, Bitcoin, because then hedge funds and all the other big wig investor agencies can purchase that Bitcoin and they can settle in the actual asset. Because in order to have an actual legitimate ETF, you have to have that type of currency or that type of commodity in order to fulfill those orders of people buying it. Hence, which will create a supply shock. There's already a supply shock. Was there like 3 to 4 million Bitcoin completely gone, wiped off? And then there's 1 million that's possibly completely locked up or gone. Like, it's encouraging that this Bitcoin ETF is going to be passed, but it's not a Bitcoin ETF itself. It's actually a futures contract. So, but when it comes to that, it's just, like I said, it's one of those things. This can potentially change the game. Actually, not potentially, it's going to change the game because it's going to open up a better market for Bitcoin. Even though I want regulation to come for Bitcoin, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. And back when I was saying Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer system that allows me and you to send money to each other, Bitcoin to each other, I feel like that's probably going to be regulated, because eventually they're going to want to know who's doing it for it to be regulated. In order for the big wigs to come, it's going to have to be regulated somehow. And it's already being regulated, but it's at a level to where manipulation can happen. But one thing that I failed to mention to my subscribers are that Bitcoin has a public ledger that allows you to see any and all transactions on the blockchain real time. And in the way that a block on the Bitcoin network is found and produced is that we have miners. Those miners produce blocks depending on the type of hash power that they have. But we'll talk about that all in my next series that I'm going to be discussing about Bitcoin, XRP, which they're also in a lawsuit right now. That's going to change the game, but that's going to be a whole different topic. But right after the alleged news came out about the Bitcoin ETF futures contract being greenlit to go ahead, to do sometime this week, the SEC posted something on their Twitter account. And it's pretty much this information, back in June 10th of 2021, pretty much telling people what Bitcoin is, what a Bitcoin future is, and how there's different types of risk involved. pretty much, again, like I told you, Bitcoin is a digital asset or an asset that relies on blockchain technology, but Bitcoin has also been called a virtual currency. I mean, that's vague, but pretty much Bitcoin allows you to send transactions to someone else who has a Bitcoin wallet. So again, I'm going to be talking about all of this stuff. I've been wanting to talk about this for a very long time. Again, it's been a long time coming, and I'm really excited about what the future holds. Hopefully, it's not going to be like 2017 all over again. But if it is, we're prepared. I'm not a financial advisor, but please, please, please do your research on it. But I do feel like that with this exposure that's coming, it could be risky. It could be for the better. But like I said, it just feels different. Like I can't explain it. Like I said, it feels extremely different. Going to where, again, are we going to get cold in the morning or throughout the week? Is somebody going to step on our shoes and crease them and we have a bad day at school? We just don't know. Is Bitcoin going to go to 100K? I don't think it's going to go right now, but this could ignite the second leg of the bull run. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research on it. There's going to be more information on Bitcoin and other digital assets to come. Let me know if you like this content. Let me know if you dislike this content. But either way, there's still going to be more content coming on digital assets. Like I said, this is my first love. I love this space. So also make sure you click the notification bell so you will be informed when I post another video. As always, stay focused, stay locked in. Peace.